Okay, so like I said, the easiest method is to use this. It's called looperman.com. We're gonna go on the website right now and check it out. Um, like I said, it's super simple. You're just gonna go and listen for loops. So we're gonna listen to the first few loops that we think sound good. So I really like this one, the glitch one. So we're gonna use this. We're gonna drag it into FL Studio. We're gonna match the BPM that it gives us. So we're gonna match that real quick, and then we're going to and then we're just gonna manipulate the beat and make it sound really cool. So I have a few drum kits. I would recommend, if you don't want to pay for drum kits, to go to, it's called Reddit Drum Kits, and you can find a bunch of free drum kits that people have made. Okay, so we're gonna add, first thing I'm gonna do is always add reverb. So to give it that little reverb, this is what it sounds like with and without reverb. No reverb, with reverb. So once you add that, we're gonna do parametric EQ. Now they do have a few presets, but they sound terrible. The thing that I do is I kind of decrease the level. And then always on your master track, you always want to stay above a certain number, or under a certain number. So for me, I'm aiming at 12. So already it's sounding really good. And usually I start off with the 808s. I use my favorite one, which is called the Bad Habits. It's a super grimy 808. It works with almost any song you choose. So we're just gonna start on a sample here. Oh, so another tip I have for you is the 808s. Usually your 808s are gonna look weird. They're gonna be like all over the place. You're gonna always so your 808s are gonna sound like this, not like that, but let me kind of reset this real quick. So they're gonna sound like this if you try to like do more than one 808 ahead of each other. So that sounds terrible. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna click on the 808. You're gonna click on this tab on the volume and panning tab. You're gonna increase the hold, decrease the attack, decrease the sustain, and then the release. And your 808s are just gonna be one note, so it's gonna be like. So wherever you choose to hold it to, it'll do it. So what I usually do is I work on my 808s. You can make it 4 bars, or you can make it up to 8. I usually do 8 some of them. So I'm gonna work on the 808s real quick. So that's kind of a little wonky here. So loop points, only use them if it's red. If your track is red, oh, I want to do that. So now that we have that going, we're gonna play sample kind of with the 808s on it. So we're gonna do 4 bars just for this demonstration. If you want to do 8 bars, you kind of just copy and paste it and just make the 808s different. So basically, you're just gonna copy and paste it, and then kind of glue in all the pieces again. So let me delete this track. So and then so like, and then for kicks, sometimes you don't have to layer a kick, but I always layer my kicks. I always increase the kick sound. You always want the best kicking sound ever. Oh, it just feels so good. So I always layer my kicks. And it just keeps going. So remember, this is an 8 bar, an 8 loop, so it's gonna loop and loop and loop until you're done. So if this is the trap beat, we have to add obviously a sound, which would be trap sound. So we had to make it sound trappy. So okay, so this is an example of loop points. This is what happens if you don't click use loop points if it's red. It's just gonna repeat. You're gonna hear that once in a while. You're like, whoa, didn't I take that off? And yeah, so always turn off loop points unless you have a specific one that you need it on. We're gonna add a snare. I already love that snare. It's a pretty loud snare. There's music a little. It's optional if you want to add an accent snare. So this is what an accent snare would sound like. I would just let me just give you a demonstration. So it's just a little. It just kind of adds like a little, like a snare is coming in from the back, so it's like a. So we're gonna work on hi-hats real quick. Swap stereo makes the hi-hat sound in each ear, so it'll go from left to right automatically, so you won't have to do it yourself. Well, so you know, so the system knows. So I'm gonna create a quick little hi-hat scenario here. It'll change up in the second part of it, so we're going to work on it first. So a quick strategy is, if you don't want to fill them in, just do fill each 2 steps and it fills it all in for you. But for right now, we're going to kind of manipulate the beat. So we're going to fix this hi-hats. I'm going to show you a few tips on how to get the chops and stuff going. So if you ever want to do like that, you're always going to want to make this, you're going to want to do 1/6 of a step so you have more open space here. So I'm just going to show you. A little too far ahead, so. Like I said, if you want to copy it and paste, you can do it. I was thinking of something different, but I felt like it would just kill too much time. It's like in this area where it's kind of like silent from the 808. I was thinking of just adding, we're going to take off this so we can just do them line. I kind of do that little Cardi B Bodak Yellow type thing. Like kind of rising up. So it's kind of, like I said, it's a basic beat. You're not really doing much. You're just making a beat. That's it. Like, it's nothing too hard. Once you get the rhythm of it, obviously I'm kind of already experienced with it. Like I said, this is the easiest method, is making your own drums. Easiest method. And then we're just gonna repeat the beat. So this is a 131. You're gonna reach all the way up to like 97. Is the bass standard for a beat that long, about 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Okay, so I'm gonna add my tag real quick. Oops, don't want to do that. Okay, so
Rehab is on the track.
I kind of fix that.
Rehab is on the track.
So, usually once I finish the 4 drums, I start de-adding stuff. So, I'm gonna de-add this, and then kind of just start with the hats first. And we'll just name it whatever. And if you're concerned about a hook area, what I always do is always add an 808 on it. Just remove the other instruments and then you just kind of continue off that, and then you leave it empty for the hook, still empty for the hook, and then back to the verse. Like I said, leave it empty for the hook, back to the verse. I always finish off my songs by like playing the second part twice, and this is literally your beat. Like I said, it doesn't take more than 10 to 15 minutes. If you're feeling the beat, I mean, it's hard. When your beat ends, you'll hear the after reverb. That's it. That's the beat in less than 15 minutes, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Peace.